Welcome back to Midtown Comics TV. I'm Jose Ramos. We're going to bring you another dose of reviews, suggestions, and we're going to talk about some of the films that were based on comic books coming out the next little bit. Also, if you're going to be in town this weekend, here at the Times Square store, we're going to have Olivia Munn from 8 to 10, and on Saturday, Neil Adams. So, lots of great chances to get autographs with people. And so, without further ado, let's get to it.
Hellboy the Storm, Issue 1. This is a new 3-part miniseries. I know Hellboy's been around for years. I know there have been 2 movies. If you've never read a Hellboy story before, do not be intimidated. This brings you up to speed on the character and everything. Basically, it's been a few years now since Hellboy left the BPRD, which investigates the supernatural. And a lot of this issue has been reflecting on what his life has been like since then. Where does he feel like he still fits in the world? So definitely check this out if you dig Hellboy or if you've never read him before.
Amazing Spider-Man 636 is the third part of the Grim Hunt storyline, and it's great. I was not expecting to like this storyline at all. Between bringing back some of the clone stuff and resurrecting characters, I'm not always the biggest fan of that, but it's done in a really interesting way, and so far, just how beat up Peter Parker's been throughout all of this is adding sort of to the drama of it. It's a great read if you're a fan of the Spidey stuff. If you liked Kraven, check this out.
Fantastic Four, annual issue 32. This made my brain hurt, but in a really good way. If you are looking for something so unbelievably sci-fi, epic, weird, tiny people inside your body and your brain and people jumping out of windows and big monsters and craziness, read this. I need Advil.
Batman and Robin 13. We are continuing Grant Morrison's very funky, very cool run on things. Dr. Hurt is back. If you don't remember him from Batman R.I.P., then you need to seriously go to Wikipedia or ask your local Midtown Comics staff member just to give you a brief synopsis. But he's very deadly, and he's very psychotic, and he has this weird thing about pretending to be Bruce Wayne's father. So we're dealing with that. We're dealing with certain revelations that happened last issue concerning one of Batman's greatest enemies. Have some very, very cool stuff reminding us that Damian is not your daddy's Robin. This is a very grounded story. Very cool, very dark. Nice stuff between Commissioner Gordon and our new Batman, Dick Grayson. Pick it up.
Avengers, the Children's Crusade. Despite the title, this is not child's play, people. This is a really dark, twisted, very emotional, so yes, genocide, religious fanatics, kids escaping and coming back, and Avengers being like, you're trapped, and no, it's not trapped, it's saving people, and yeah, read the comic.
Shadowland #1. This is the first part of a crossover with more of the street level, grittier characters. Daredevil, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Luke Cage, and Danny Rand, the Iron Fist. Long and short of it is, Matt Murdock has built a jail underneath New York City and started imprisoning people he thinks deserve to be there. The other heroes in New York City start telling him, well, it's not really okay, Matt. And behind that, we see him sort of being pushed to the edge because there's a conspiracy happening with the Hand. This is a great read. It's going to lead to a lot of interesting fights, and the last page is, well, you gotta read it. It's great. It being the summer season, there are a ton of movies coming out. They want to get you in the theaters as often as possible, and a bunch of these movies that are coming out are based on comic books that you might not know about or might not have read.
Red was a very fun miniseries by Warren Ellis, who is a fantastic, just intense writer who writes some of the best threats and action scenes in comics. Red was basically about a CIA Black Ops assassin who had retired and just been living a quiet life for a while. New CIA director is appointed, realizes the horrible thing that this man did for God and country, doesn't even want to risk that the public or the press might find this guy and he might talk or something, because we're supposed to be a very clean, moral America now. So he orders a hit on our former Black Ops agent, and basically it doesn't go well. In the movie Red, it involves a little bit more to the story. Instead of just one single agent, it's a bunch of agents who basically get the band back together and join forces to retaliate against the CIA. It's got Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren, Mary Louise Parker, Bruce Willis, Brian Cox, John Malkovich. Fantastic cast, looks really fun. The trailer's online, go check it out.
The Green Hornet movie coming out pretty soon here. Originally a radio play, actually. Well, radio series, more like. Really awesome. Became TV, comics, you know, stuff. We did a little FAQ about the Green Hornet on Crazy Sexy Geeks, so if you haven't checked it out already, get on it. Super short version. Guy pretending to be a gangster to fight crime, best friends, a ninja.
Scott Pilgrim is about sort of what happens when you meet someone new and you click and you have to deal with their history. Except it's by video game rules, so Scott has to fight his new girlfriend Ramona's 7 evil exes, and it's a lot of fun. They're just a ton of random video game things in there. You know, you get warp zones, you get one-ups, extra lives, all sorts of stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a great read. I love it. And the last volume's actually coming out this month, so you can read the entire series before the movie comes out.